we go.
It's 5:30. Call to order the Personnel and Finance Committee meeting. Representative Clark and myself, Commissioner Co-Chair Singleton should be here anytime now. First thing on the agenda is the minutes of July 19th, 2023. I accept the minutes. No questions about the minutes. Next, we have personnel update. Thank you, Administrator Donna.
Yeah, please don't call me minister.
One of them days.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So the updates for the personnel department from last month,
Mhm.
the only change that we did have is that we rehired our custodian, our last custodian, which is Timothy Gullich.
Okay.
So he was, he actually resigned about 6 months ago, so he came back
Okay. That's
About a couple
full-time,
weeks ago.
part-time?
part-time.
Okay. You been getting the job done?
Mhm.
You good?
I think he had a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, but I don't think anyone's complaining.
All right. It's good. Good sign. It's good. Oh, there you go. It's one of them days there.
All right, you're done.
Somebody's tired.
Okay.
I know you wanted to discuss the finance positions, which we do have 12 resumes.
Okay.
2 were duplicates.
Okay.
There were some new ones on here as well from last month,
Yes. Yes.
but we do probably need to go through that.
Do that. Yes. That's why we send it to all the commissioners to take a view. Maybe we'll take a real good look. And things work out. Thank you.
So that's all I have for the update. Oh, well, the summer youth program has ended for this season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The kids' last day was August the 4th.
Mhm.
The supervisor's last day, basically from last week to this week.
Was that Jerry and Mr. Nesbitt? No, that wasn't.
Daryl.
For the supervisors you're referring to, it's Spencer
Nesbitt,
Nesbitt,
okay.
Shanika Judson, and Trinell Bell, and Corey Stern.
So we get good results throughout the city.
We had pretty good results.
Good results.
Given a short period of time.
It was very short.
I think they only had about 6 weeks off.
6 weeks. Well, that was good. It was still good. It's something. So hope next year can be better. You have a question?
I thought Daryl Jackson was supervisor too.
No, I wasn't.
No. He's just hanging around. Oh. Oh, that's it on, any questions on the, human resources? So, Director Little still need a position filled too, right?
Yes, that's correct. We did post another position also that's not on here, which is the waterfront restoration and revitalization. I should know this by heart because it's a very long name.
Yeah.
Waterfront restoration and revitalization manager /
Community engagement.
Engagement.
specialist, Yeah.
That's the one for Ox Street?
and
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
outreach specialist. But
okay,
yes,
okay.
so that was actually posted and should be on the website as of
Okay.
yesterday.
Okay. Any questions?
So is that the same as the Justice Forty or that separate?
Totally separate.
Okay.
This position is being posted all over the state at University of Michigan, Eagle and DNR, and others, because we're trying to get someone with a level of skills to be able to really effectively help me with managing this project and all of the things that's got to be done.
Okay,
It has grown exponentially and will continue to do so. and has expanded with the NOAA High Water Grant, the High Water Grant that we just got directly with us, and others that are coming in.
It's good. Okay. Any more questions about the personnel update? Okay, I guess we can move to the financial report.
City income tax.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, pardon me, my glasses. One,
So the report for the month of July for individuals' returns is $1,033. For withholdings is $274,819.22.
Mhm.
For total deposits, $277,205.83. Total refunds, $50,705, with a revenue of $1,343.61. For the month of August to date, for individual returns, $808.44, withholdings, $102,891.77, total deposit, $103,854.21, total refund, $1,042, with the total revenue of $154. And that is for July and August.
So,
I did attend
mhm.
training because it wasn't our quarterly meeting. However, it was just a training. I believe it was last month. And just to give like an update, because I was behind this year as far as completing all the tax returns, processing them.
Okay.
However, after I attended the training, I didn't feel so bad because Grand Rapids
Yeah,
is
right.
still processing
Oh, yeah?
tax returns. Yes, and they have 28 people in
Man.
their department,
Uh-oh.
and they were still processing tax returns as of the end of last month.
And they have 28 people in there just for city income tax.
Right, in that
Department.
one department. So I think I did pretty good.
Well, you did a
solo
good
by
job.
myself.
You did a great job. It's a message in there somewhere.
You got the message.
Yeah, but thank you. That's doing a good job. And so it's starting to slow down now. The returns starting to.
Yeah, so now basically it's corporate returns coming in.
Okay.
The returns that they basically did an extension on.
Uh-huh.
So corporate and businesses, their returns are coming in, but it's sporadically. So
And,
it gives me a chance to do
and the refund,
HR stuff.
on the refund side,
The refunds, yes.
so I haven't received nothing yet, so that means it's,
Were
So I
you
guess- I was just throwing that out there.
Maybe you're not getting your
Message.
It seems we on city income tax update.
Okay.
And there's some good news in it that Grand Rapids still behind. They have 28 people in their city income tax department. Administrator
Mhm.
Holiday said she's the only one.
Mhm.
And I told her she was doing a great job. Now, we still looking at a code compliance, not a code compliance, but
A compliance
a
person.
person.
What I've been in communication with Director McGinnis.
Mhm.
What we're trying to put together, and it hasn't come to fruition yet, but we're working on it,
Mhm.
is having like a code kind of department. So since the public safety department, which is code compliance as well, he's over that department, they're over businesses and things like business registration and things of the sort. So they're trying to update everything. So while they're going out there to actually do these business inspections,
Mhm.
they're basically handing out to the income tax. So it's like, make sure you register and things of the sort.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what we want to do is get some people trained So when they do go out to do one inspection, you can just basically kill one bird with two stones, where the two stones.
Two
one
birds with
bird
one
shot.
stone. Two
Two
stones.
stones with one.
Two
Yeah.
birds with one stone.
So-
Yeah, that.
The code compliance officer, you mean?
Well, it's not gonna be a code compliance officer, it's probably gonna be a special type of position
Yeah.
that's what we're working on.
Okay, that's a good idea. Any questions?
That better be funded out of the city income tax.
Both, so since it's gonna be like code with the public safety department, it's gonna be out of city income tax as well as public safety for this one position.
And we
You'll
do,
also still need to have somebody who's actually doing inspections of properties and homes and things of that nature. And we also have to finish getting set up that appeals board, because right now that's hanging us up
oh,
in
yeah.
terms of trying to do demolitions and things. Because the law requires that when we cite these people in order to correct problems, they have a right to appeal to this board that is non-existent right now. We've got to come together.
So what's the name of the board?
Construction Board of Appeals.
Construction.
Construction
The
Board of
Construction
Appeals.
Board of
Construction
Appeals.
Board, okay. I
It's
know,
critical that we do it as quickly as possible.
I know the city commission is the
Is the
Zoning.
zoning
zoning, okay.
Board of
okay,
Appeals.
okay.
It requires people with construction background.
Mhm.
So we got,
We have so far received one application for that.
how many do we need?
3 to 7, I believe. Mhm.
Question?
Construction.
Board of Appeals.
Mhm.
Construction background.
Yep. Builder's background.
I might add, that was a big part of the hang up this past year, was us being able to meet our spending goals. I had put $350,000 aside for demolition, but we could not demolish without having that in place where people could be. And as a consequence, we did no demolition. And Bill, about that 300,000 short in terms of meeting our goal. If we can't get something in place within the next 2 to 3 months, we have to pull that money out of there.
Oh, yeah?
Because I've got to achieve $100,000 a month expenditure level within the next 30 days.
Mhm.
Make sure we stress the.
Is-
that board.
The requirements, other than the construction background, is it they have to be city residents or?
They don't have to.
Don't have to be.
residents,
Okay.
but The last board wasn't.
Okay.
I believe we even got some people from the township to
Mhm.
serve on that before.
Okay.
Let's try to get that board filled.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Next, we have the financial report. I got a note from Ms. Hildebrand is not here today, but she did leave information. I'll read it quarterly. Got the glasses. There is very little revenue or expenditures activity in the month of July. A large amount of the revenue and expenditures items that are received in July are accrued back to June 2023 because they are related to prior fiscal year. Cash remains very low in the general fund and utility fund. The utility fund collections for the month of July total $119,000, which is less than half of the normal month's receipts pre-COVID. Cash continues to be a concern as there are upcoming large obligations for bond payments, liability insurance that will be due in the next few months. Therefore, spending should be kept at a minimum. At the end of July, the state of Michigan awarded the city of Benton Harbor the Protecting Michigan Pension Grant in the amount of $6,109,393 to raise the city's unfunded pension liability from 38% to 60%. The payment will be made directly to MERS in the next few months. That's good. So that is good.
Mhm. Yeah.
That is. We needed that boost right there. So we still get that 300,000 or something from Whirlpool? We don't get that.
I don't think you get that no more.
That ended.
Mhm.
This is good. It's good. This to give us some boosts in the pension. So that's the grant that you wrote, Director Little?
No, that's, they put out a notice on it and we just,
Apply.
I think the bond submitted.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember,
Paperwork
yeah.
was necessary.
Mhm.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Because if that didn't happen and we stuck around that 30-some%, things went worse than that you have to pay the people their pension, and so they could have levied extra meals onto taxes to cover.
That
Cover.
would have been an additional drain on the general fund for
Yeah.
10 to 15 years.
Mhm.
Man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these things are going on, this is a once in a lifetime opportunities that are coming about as a result of the coronavirus and ARPA.
Yeah.
Right. So we're looking at the major cash accounts. You see that the general fund is low, like Finance Director said, and you see the city income tax, utility fund is low. City manager, how we doing with the collections with the water? Is that getting better, or you know of, or shaking your head?
No, it's not.
You see,
Even people who made deals, shall I say,
feel short.
they are still not. They are not honoring those.
Not honoring the deals.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not using our teeth.
Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Not yet, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. Can't keep robbing Peter to pay Paul, right? Can't keep, so. Any questions on the?
Peter left the bill and it falls after chasing.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to do a little bit, but I've noticed, unless I'm wrong, we haven't applied for a strap, the tire program, grant. We haven't applied for that yet. I don't know. It's due September 29th.
I can speak a lot louder, I can't hear you.
The strap tire program?
Yeah.
Did you apply for that grant before? Recently? That is a lot of tire.
Yeah, it's a lot of time. I think Eagle just put out a thing for.
But there's since we talked about that, I know that ain't this, but there's a nonprofit organization that did apply that's looking to do a collection program here in Benton Harbor. I talked to the manager about it. Matter of fact, Miss Deidre Fields, her organization, and it's a trailer. They'll be given a trailer that would accommodate 1,000 tires, and they're requesting for it to be placed in the Armory parking lot. And they do have volunteers and looking for more, and looking for no cost to the city at all. So,
Yeah, I got definitely here.
well,
Place,
the designated place would be the Armory for the trailer, and then the volunteers would go out and get the tires and bring them to the location.
A lot of time.
Then they got people to be watching the trailer, so folks don't just come down and bring anything else, couches and stuff, or some garage trying to bring all their tires and stuff. It's not for that. It's for getting them out of the alleys, neighborhoods and stuff.
But,
Yeah.
ravines and stuff
Mm.
like that.
The ravines
Going
got
down there.
Ravines got
another issue.
over 2,000 alone.
Mm.
Well, I thought they had a company that come and pick it up on Oak Tree Lane.
I don't know who's, but all I know is that that's a grant through Eagle. that
That's
they're
the
doing.
grant. Oh, the
Yeah.
Regal, that's the
Mhm.
one, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a part of that Justice 40 thing with the West Michigan Sustainable Business.
Mhm.
And they're supposed to make arrangements for stuff to be paid for somewhere.
Mhm. Yeah.
The last year, the county set up a program like that now with the road commission. We take a tar out and I think it was $2.
Mhm. I seen where they also funding initiatives for organizations or people who can come up with ways to reuse them. You know, like grind them and use them for paving and stuff like that. So yeah. Mhm. So,
Thank you, Representative. When is that supposed to be?
on what was it? I think it's September. No. Was it September 30th. Yeah, September 30th. Yeah,
When that gonna start or when the grant in?
that's when they're gonna have they'll have the trailer there and stuff. Probably some days before then.
The day after the grant in on the 30th. Oh, between, to the grant in on the 29th.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they apply.
Yeah, they already applied and been approved. So
Oh,
So you said somebody gonna be watching and make sure people don't bring all kinds of other stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, who gonna watch them at night, late at night, because that's usually when they do it.
yeah, according to her, she says they got that covered. So I don't know who. So
they'll have ship limits.
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, now we had an increase in the property tax collection this year. As of 7/31/23, last year we had 694,000. This year we got right now, whereas July 31st, we had 915,000. So it's your sign.
So people are paying early. Oh, no.
So now, any questions on the
Financial report?
financial report? It's been a long day. I just got off work. Any questions, Commissioner Henry? Go ahead.
People are paying their bills, he said.
But not the property tax.
And then like is it a certain amount? They did if they didn't their water turn off if they make the rain at all, or is it a certain amount if they pass 5,000?
I don't think in water department, we haven't been cutting off the water.
No, yeah,
No.
only one, and that was the one that's
It's holding up.
threatening to, mess up our whole system.
Okay. So it's no shut off notices and nothing like that, right, as of now. All right. Or any more questions?
No.
All right, next we have the budget update. It's a lot of budget update. City manager, the budget. I know he's like maybe what a couple months into it, 1.5.
One.
1 month
This
into
is
it.
as of July 31st, so that's 1 month in.
1 month. So it's right here.
Yeah, the percentages.
Information.
Mhm.
So
You got that from the finance director.
right. So no major changes, no amendments or nothing yet. We'll keep looking at this as we move forward, get more deeper into it, maybe 6 months, maybe
Budget amendments will take place in January.
January, 6 months.
And we'll be getting ready to start on the next year's budget right after that.
January.
Now, when do 5% take place? All departments supposed to get an increase of 5%.
July 1st.
July 1st. Next year,
No,
since we passed this
Already.
July first.
So they got it.
it's done.
So when we do the January budget, that will be calculated, that be in the budget when we do the increase and for July? I mean,
So it's already budgeted.
all it already.
Yeah.
And they got the increase this past July 1st. That's when the new budget started.
Everybody got the increase.
Everybody who, well, through the union agreements, contract agreements.
Now, I'm talking about the commissioners and all the other departments that were supposed to get 5%
Mm,
with
Yes.
that budget.
Kicked in too.
You know what this?
yeah.
Good. Should have kicked in too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that should, when we voted yes, that's,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't seen it. Y'all seen
I didn't pay no
it? We got a
attention.
problem if we, y'all see it.
no, it's on the stipend. You see nothing?
Still the same solid amount.
Well, is it?
No, I ain't.
Okay, yeah, cause we'll get,
I'll find out.
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Cause the stipend we got this month was for July.
Would have been for sure. Yeah.
unless you donated some of your stipend to something. You did.
To the community, all the stuff I'm doing, it's more
I know.
than I'm getting. Yeah, I'm donating.
Good job, Commissioner. Any more questions on the budget update? You have anything on the budget update, City Manager?
No.
So take a look at it. If you have any questions, you can email or call City Manager. He will respond. There's a lot of things on here on the budget year to date compared to last year. So, all right. Anything? Commissioner Henry? Nope. Next, we have resolution accepting the FDCVT grant for hydrants and valve replacement. Director Little. City Manager.
Yes.
Resolution accepting the grant.
Mhm.
You don't know? Okay. The item before the commission is a resolution accepting the FDCVT grant for hydrant and valve replacement.
Right.
Okay, it's a recommendation that the Ben Harbor City Commission accept this grant for $198,720 for hydrant and valve replacement. We need that.
Certainly.
Really need it, so
Consensus to move it.
we just want to see how many, what they're gonna do. This had no cost to the city. So,
No brainer.
So I do know that the original scope for the hydrants was reduced due to the amount that
what's
we're
10,
receiving, because we asked for more than what we actually received.
Mm-hmm.
So they lowered the scope. The RFP is out for that.
Okay.
It gets open the end of the month. Let's see, I can tell you how many it is.
It was 10, I remember.
So it was originally 16 and now it's gonna be closer to about 7.
Mhm.
Well, that's all right. Something. What happened?
We just didn't get awarded what we asked for.
That's good.
That say, like, how many people got rewarded and grant too?
I don't know. I know that the city FDCVT grant is something that's been received every year. Last year it was for the fire truck. To help pay for the fire truck.
That's good. Let's move this forward. Certainly.
Mhm.
Consensus moves forward.
Yep.
All right. Next, we have resolution approving plumbers environmental service to provide television televising and cleaning of the city's wastewater sewer system. Okay. Director Little,
City manager.
city manager.
That's part of the ACO. And we have to do the televising
Mm-hmm.
to be able to get some other grant money
Okay.
for other things
Mhm.
related to the sewer.
They have so we gotta put bids out for it and bid, or
No,
the
so-
plumbers was the only one.
They received three.
Uh-huh.
3 were received. All 3 should be attached just so
Oh,
that you
yeah, I
can
did
see them.
that, yeah.
And plumbers came in as the lowest bidder.
Okay. And
And responsible bidder. I know sometime we,
They were recommended.
okay.
and this will be Ingram gonna reimburse us back, right?
If we get the funding from the
Oh, okay.
CWSRF.
Okay. So I wonder if they have a map.
This the entire system, Mr. Manager, or those?
We've got to start over in certain areas.
Mhm.
What they gonna do?
You're looking for the map of where it's going to be.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know they said they're gonna do 10,900 feet of
We'll get
of the
it.
Yeah, I
city.
did not.
Oh, okay.
Didn't get, okay. But it gotta be done anyway, so
Yeah.
if we're gonna get the money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Now, they say cleaning is, they're gonna, so when they scope them, they're gonna be cleaning them at the same
They're
time.
gonna scope them, and then once we see what the problems are,
Mm-hmm.
then we've got to do the work.
Oh, okay.
And that's a whole nother
No.
exercise.
Oh, okay. They'll tell us
Matter
what.
of fact, that's why we couldn't accept the ACO when it came out telling us dates to do this and dates to do that.
Mhm.
Because once we got in there, we don't know what we're gonna find
Right,
Mhm.
right.
and what it's gonna take to do it.
So
Mhm.
this will give us a scope of what we need to do.
With this piece of sewer from back up.
We'll find out the sources that's doing it too, yeah. It will help.
So according to the this quote, it does include the cleaning.
It said cleaning too.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. It says.
All right. Move this forward. Any
Yep.
questions? All right, we'll move that forward. Next, we have approval of submission of a grant application to fund the Bobo Brazil Community Center repairs and program operations. Now, that's Mr. Director Little.
Yes, sir. That's a grant opportunity that popped up in the last week or so
Mm-hmm.
and has to be submitted before the end of this month. It allows for up to $2.5 million, and it's something, again, that we've not had or seen before. And it's an excellent opportunity. I know you'll recall the numerous discussions about trying to get something done with the Armory, Bobo Brazil Center. And I've repeatedly said the problem was that you can get grants to do the repair and capital work, but you couldn't get grants to do operating.
Mm-hmm.
That changed with this. We're permitted to apply for up to $2.5 million, part for capital improvements to fix the things that are wrong with the Armory, and part to operate and to operate programs, recreational programs for the kids. We want to try to repair and get the gymnasium back up and going, put some other classroom type activities and different things for different age groups and so forth. The plan is to try and fund that for at least 2 to 2.5 years
Mhm.
from this grant money. Keep in mind, it's part of the same ARPA coronavirus money that has a deadline of committed by September 30, 2024, spent by September 30, 2026. As of that date on 2026, the money goes away. And the one item they are asking is how we'll sustain it beyond that. And the best I can do is describe to hope that in this time period, that we'll be able to get our situation under control, start to charge some fees and things that will allow us to be able to keep it going after the grant period is done. This will cover the electric, gas, security, everything necessary to do it for that period of time. But then we'll be on our own.
Any questions on? Oh,
Okay, first of all, I wanna know who will be operating the Army? Will it be a private, would it be open to everybody? What kind of programs,
It
what
will-
kind of activities?
It will be the city that's operating them. And the kinds of programs would be basketball, senior activities, smaller youth, maybe computer training and that kind of thing. Just whatever we decide that we need to operate.
Okay, you said the city operating, I know the staff ain't gonna do it, we're not gonna do it.
We'll be hiring
Who's
staff.
gonna be doing it?
We'll be hiring staff to do that,
Hiring
out
staff,
of the grant, yes.
from where?
What's that?
You'll be hiring staff from where? Is it a corporation you'll be
No,
hiring?
we'll be hiring staff from people in the community that want to work, if we can find some.
Okay, cause I looked it up and I see it say something about Alice, and I know Alice is assets limited, income constrained employee. And I know they mostly do a lot of surveys. So where do Alice come in play?
Oh, ALIC.
Alice, yeah, what is they?
That is an acronym that they use for low income, I forget what the
I
rest of
just
it
said
is.
what it means.
Yeah, they're basically,
Yeah.
they're basically poor people that are impacted by coronavirus and the problems and so forth that have gone on. That's what it is.
See, I'm all for that, but I need to know a lot more information because you say the city will be hiring staff.
Yes.
Who is it? Who's gonna be part of this program? That's what I need to know, not just the general saying, maybe community people or, cause I know different corporations have been inquiring about the Army. And I don't want it to get in the wrong hands where it's, not giving the Ben Harbor resident full access to participate in everything, or not just saying, well, certain people or certain kids can come. You know, that's what I don't want. So I'm gonna need a little more information.
We had two programs aimed at doing something with the Army.
Who are they?
This came up lately. There are no companies involved in this. The other program that I mentioned to you before that we were working on doing something that might impact the Army is that we're trying to get a community-based fiber optic broadband system. And if we do so, the plan was to use some of the office space in the Armory as the home base for that. Because once again, if we were successful in getting that, they would have the money to pay rent, gas, water, light, that kind of thing.
Who are they? Who would be in that? You said
The city, us.
the city.
Yes,
So
we
some
would be
our
running
staff-
our own broadband operation. Initially, it would be with the help of Nokia and the organization that we talked about that would be assisting us in securing the grant. The plan is if we're successful in getting the grant, they will help get it set up and going and assist in hiring local residents to work alongside these people until they learn enough about how to do it, that the technicians and so forth that they bring in initially could go away and we could keep it running.
And you say it's 2 programs. What is the 2
The second
programs?
one is this one we're talking about right here, the recreational program. And this is entirely the city. Basically, to simplify it, what we're talking about is trying to get a grant that could be up to $2.5 million that could last up until
I read all that.
All
I need to know who the players are.
The-
That's who's
the
gonna, that's
players
what I
are
want to make
us.
sure. Okay.
The players are us.
Alright, so, get a question?
So, I know if this program part of the United Way, because United Way
No.
has a center.
This is not part of United Way.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright. Any questions?
No, I'll just say, you know,
Let's
we,
get that grant.
yeah, we've been talking about it
Mhm.
for so long to try to get something done with the armory, and it's all the previous things that went on with it have failed. You know, it's because there's been some money spent in that place, but like you say, no means of operating it. So
Program.
yeah, so you put the money in there, and nothing happens in it. Next thing you know, it's back to the deplorable conditions. So.
What's happening here is what I told you when shortly after this whole thing got going, because I've seen it before. As this timetable passes on, everybody's getting in a crunch to get that money out.
Yep.
There's no state, no county, no city
Mhm.
wants to be guilty of having to turn back
Money.
any of this federal money if they can help it. And as the time is running on, they're pushing this money out the door.
Mhm.
And I told you that would happen. Right now, I can barely keep up with stuff that's going on because new stuff is popping off for
Mhm.
everybody. And you only get this one time to go for it.
Yeah.
And when it's gone, it's gone. With the Republicans in control of the House, I doubt very seriously we'll see anything like this anytime in the near future. So it's an opportunity for us, and we've got to do it. And that reminds me of something I mentioned to you a few minutes ago, that within the next 3 or 4 weeks, I've got to ramp up to spending $100,000 a month. And that's that spending limit thing that we didn't make this past year.
Mhm.
We just got our new $400,000 allocation for fiscal year 23. We already had 300,000 left from before. And remember, every May 5th is when they do their test to determine how rapidly we're spending the money. If we're gonna spend the majority of 800,000 between now and
May.
May 5th, that's the only way we can do it. And I should have done that and brought it in this evening, but we may have to have a special meeting. The general fund can't handle advancing $100,000 a month
Oh, okay.
to get reimbursed later.
Mhm.
But you could do it from your ARPA money. And we're not talking about spending your ARPA money, we're talking about using it to fund that 100,000. See, once it's spent, the process for getting it back is as fast as
Oh, yeah,
finance gives me a draw.
okay.
And I enter it into the system, I give it back to her. She can draw it down from the treasury the same day. So it's not like we're talking about stringing money out there for months or anything like that. We're talking about being in a position to pay what needs to be paid during that month, which is mostly gonna be money for sidewalks and for demolition, and of course, still the rehab, which is moving
Right,
slowly.
right.
The senior nutrition, and that kind of stuff. But as quickly as that's done and we draw it, we'll pull it back down and put it back. But we'll need permission from the commission to do that. And that needs to start, I guess, with us,
Okay.
with you here.
Well, the key is just to get it going, to spend this money before
It's gone.
it's gone. We don't want to lose it.
Absolutely.
It's there, so. Any more questions on?
I'm good.
Oh,
I know when the Bogo's first started, it was designed for a nonprofit to run program out. If that's the plan.
It was never designed for a nonprofit to run it. I was here when it first started. And it has always been doing. As a matter of fact, when it first started, what's his name?
I'm talking about before
Lark's PAL program. Boxing was in there. And we
Back in the
basically, but at that time had recreation people and they were operating it.
Mhm.
That
It was
was,
a different group in
that
there,
was
right?
back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Said it was out
Like 86.
before.
Move that forward.
The PAL program.
Yep.
Another thing.
Okay.
So I was when I was doing the working with the youth, I seen a lot of checks on there from different people have people name on it and
Checks.
yeah, blank checks.
All over the floor.
Yeah. Blood blank, YMCA, all that. So I was gonna let you know I see.
It happened between 2000 now, and I don't know what the deal was. We had reopened that armory and was doing well, and then after I left in 2000, 2001, and whatever went on after that, they wound up shutting it down. Somebody stored canceled checks and other stuff up there, and then it got threw out all over the floor. Most of those are 12, 15, 20 years old. Should have been gotten rid of instead of left there, but there's a bunch of stuff.
That was
using storage.
All right. Approval to submit that grant. Move that forward. Financial director position. We sent out sent to all the resumes we had went out. So, yeah, sent it to
Send them to the commission.
Yep, send it to commission, and so we'll move forward on that to look them over,
Can I
and
forward that to you? To your,
Yep, yeah.
okay.
so look them over. We got 12 total.
So I'm gonna do something probably with, some people might call it stupid, but this is happening too many times. You guys need, let me change that. It would be nice
Nice.
if somebody who's been in the business for a while helped advise y'all.
Okay.
Mhm.
Who you talking?
Talking about me and Mr. Little.
Well, yeah, hey, we take advice. Ain't like we've been, you know. Thank
No,
you, Director Little.
no,
Thank you,
some-
and thank you, City Manager.
Some
Now,
people said, we don't want no help.
See that? Commissioner Henry not here. No, we.
She's not. However, she did send an
Yeah, she
email.
did send the email. I seen it.
Okay.
I seen it already. Yeah. So she making her voice.
Add to that, and that is a really important thing because
It is. It is. It is.
that position, if it's not doing what it's supposed to do,
Right.
it clogs up the entire works for everybody.
Right.
And this city can't take another hit.
Yeah. Definitely.
Believe me,
I
it
know.
cannot stand another hit. All of this work that we're getting a chance to do with these
Mhm.
grants and things is dependent on the body staying alive.
Right.
If that general fund does not stay afloat because things are not being done that need to be done, the dominoes will fall.
This cannot be a training ground.
Absolutely not.
Right.
This has to be an experienced finance director,
Mhm.
and not just somebody that talks good, but
Mm-hmm.
somebody who walks well too.
And willing to do the work, just like people we have.
Just
have been
like
doing.
get people, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the help, and thanks to, we can
Mhm.
team effort. Team effort.
Okay.
Thank you. Next, we have the city attorney RFP. Does that go out for? I know the interim started, right? You been in communication with this?
That's another council employee.
Oh, Don't start, don't start, don't
Another
start.
that would be very helpful
And it would-
if you had some help in terms of the job requirements and the job description and the experience requirements of the person for that position.
And let me say that the person that you hired has been in this business, represents a number of cities,
Yeah,
well skilled.
Yeah.
Might want to use her,
mhm.
since you don't want me, Mr. Little, and
Don't-
whatever.
It'd be very helpful.
You got,
Thank you,
Yeah.
Miss Seneca.
Seneca.
Seneca,
Seneca.
Sarah Seneca.
It's like the road, Seneca.
Yeah, and I know that the commission wants that RFP to go out ASAP, but we need to make sure it includes everything.
Okay, yeah,
That it
description,
needs,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll refer to the two.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, attorneys are, they specialize.
yeah,
You got divorce attorneys, you got tax
Mhm.
attorneys, you got ambulance chasing attorneys, you got all kinds.
Mhm.
And, one can't necessarily do the other. Now, if you wanna lose your rear, go into a tax case with a divorce attorney.
Mhm.
So, read the law.
But we
And the
didn't,
city has been guilty of doing some of that stuff in the past.
but we didn't do too bad, hiring a clerk, you know?
This nigga-
Lord was looking over you.
the clerk,
Yeah.
when the clerk said what she had to say, if y'all hadn't hired her, I was gone too.
Next we
The
gonna,
issue is still during the state bill.
we gotta do the.
No, not anymore.
For like first 3 months.
I was doing it for almost a year, 10 months, yeah.
You'd be amazed at how much a person will do when they know what they're doing.
Mhm. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, we ain't gonna start, but,
Mm.
yeah, but, you still gotta do the clerk's, evaluation.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure we get that done, 'cause she's been
Okay.
way overdue.
I thought we were supposed
I know, I forgot. But thank you, that's the last we have of, y'all wanna keep talking?
No. Better watch out for that door. Let me get out of here before that door open up.
Oh, yeah, you got the last meeting.
Yep, meeting adjourned.
Yep, told you.
Oh, all right. Yeah.